I got you, bro. Bro, and like, how does I know we talked about this before, but how does depression feel like to you?
Um, it feels like a lot of different things. I have, I'm diagnosed clinically depressed. So some days I just have it where I'm just silent. You know what I mean? Some days I might be super negative, or some days, like I've been having this couple days, I might be having the best day, but I feel like it's so good that something bad is gonna happen, or I feel so guilty for having such a good day.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
God damn,
So
bro.
so I may still be having a good day, but my anxiety is so fucking bad because I feel like something bad is gonna happen. Like this, it
Bro,
shouldn't be this good.
bro, I feel like that. I feel like that sometimes too, because I was depressed for a while. After um, I had a horrible year with my house burning down, and then later my that accident that happened with my son, and it's like what really ate me up about this depression was that things that I used to enjoy
Right.
when I was a kid, I used to make myself try to make myself happy. I used to try to enjoy those things again. I'm like,
Hmm.
this used to make me happy, and then I try to do them, and they don't make me happy anymore like they used to when I
Right.
was a kid.
Yeah.
And that shit fucking kills me. Like I used to enjoy this
Yeah,
shit.
I could
Like
feel that.
I remember a lot of times before, even though, as my younger adult years, I used to do these things. That I used to go back to these memories. I used to go back to these things I used to do as a kid, and they made me happy. I
Hmm.
remember. But when you're in this deep depression, for me, it didn't work anymore, and
Right.
that's what fucked me up. Like I couldn't enjoy anything from my past that I enjoyed before. I didn't look at it the same. I was like, oh, it's just whatever now, you know.
Yeah. What I will say, because I think that at some point I'm just gonna have depression for my whole life. So what I started doing is, as humans, what makes us so unique more than animals, because animals are actually more unique than us because they can survive a lot of different ways. But what makes us unique is that we can excuse me, think in the future. You know what I mean? And so like a dog can't think like, yo, what am I gonna do fucking Friday? You know what I'm saying? Like, but we can, and we can plan this shit. So what's actually helped me with my depression is it took me a while to do it, but I had to live in the now. I can't live for tomorrow. I can't think about tomorrow. I can't think about the future. I just have to live in it now. So if something is going good for me right now, then I need to enjoy it right now,
Mm.
because in an hour I might be fucking just down fucking depressed. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm just like trying not to take any of my feelings or emotion for granted. And I'm just trying to just live in the now, because once you start trying to live in the future, that it just becomes, you get more anxiety, because then you're like, man, I hope my this whole week is gonna be good for me, because you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, fuck that. I just hope this day is gonna be good. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
then I'll worry about the next day when I fucking wake up.
That's some dope advice, because I think what like triggers my depression or anxiety is me thinking about I think about tomorrow and I think about yesterday.
Right.
Today. I always do that. I think about how I fucked up yesterday and how I'm probably gonna fuck up tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And that shit fucks me up. And like sometimes I'm like I feel unmotivated because of that, uninspired because of that. But
Right.
then it's hard. It's and even though I felt like this a lot for a long time, I still managed to get through it. I still would do podcasts and interviews when I had this horrible feeling in my chest.
Right.
When I just feel like I just didn't want to get out of bed, I didn't want to do it. I forced myself, bro, and I
Right.
forced a smile, and I made it happen. You know what I mean?
I mean, but see, the thing is like you have to do that, because even though we think that we may be at rock bottom, we're not at rock bottom. Like I feel like we may not even be close to rock bottom, because once you convince yourself that, yo, I got to get up, whether it be for my kids or whether it be because I doing something I love or whatever, then that shows that like you aren't that down. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that sometimes it's mind over matter. But here's one thing though,
Mm.
is the difference for me, and I've been working on this, is my everybody's trauma is different. You know what I'm saying? So like there's some people I met, their trauma doesn't even ruffle my feathers. You know what I'm saying? But there's some people that I met that my trauma might be crippling to them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that's why I say I just try living it now, man, because once you really just like slow down and take life for what it is, man, it low key, man, like shit's gonna be all right. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like shit will work itself out as long as you kind of try. But
Yeah.
if you don't really try, then you something's gonna go bad. You're gonna get fired. You're gonna lose your house. You're gonna lose your car. Whatever.
Yo,
But
what's good?
if you kind of try, then like the shit will kind of work out. You just kind of have
Yeah.
to kind of try and have faith.
I think what helps me now is that at night when I go to bed, I think about the things that I do have,
Right.
and that helps me sleep better. When I was in jail, I was just recently in jail for 5 days,
Okay.
and I was sending out some fines because I was getting prepared to fuck with these cops. You know what I
Hell
mean?
yeah! Don't want them niggas to be like, sir, turn around, get the fuck off the property and turn
Fuck out of
around.
here! You got fines, motherfucker. And so I was in jail for 5 days, and I realized in those 5 days how good I really have it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When
Yep.
your freedom gets taken away from you, you realize, God damn, I took that shit for granted.
Right.
You know, so when I got out, I needed those 5 days away, man. I read the whole time. I read like 3 books in 5 days, and
Right.
I read some good books, man. I read some John Grisham and shit, some Patterson and shit. But like I fucking recalibrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got my shit right. And so when I got out
Yeah.
of jail, I was like, I was in a war mentality and shit.
Like when you go to jail and you go to jail for like something that's not really like serious,
You
but
can,
you gotta sit in there
yeah.
for like more than 12 hours, like that shit will put a lot of things in perspective for
Yes.
you. Like a
It,
lot.
I think it's good for you.
Yeah.
Like if you're in there for like fines, yeah, like you said, small things. I
Yeah.
think people should use that time, and even if you're in there for years too,
Right.
you
Of
should
course.
you should use that time to like refocus and get your brain back to it. Because like
Mhm.
what I feel like I did when I was in there for those 5 days, I like decluttered my brain.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm always in front of my laptop or on my phone, and I'm always researching, and I'm always trying to put content out, and I was just like cluttering my brain. For I was like putting too much information in there, bro. Like it was just making me anxious and crazy. So like me going in there, like I was able to detox from it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it was,
I dig that.
and if it's not, I don't want nobody to go to jail. But
Yeah. Fuck
if
that.
people can find time to like a day or two to stay away from technology, to kind of stay away from people, then do that. You know what I mean?